Calmer Waters 22. Please give your girl a like, a subscribe, and a share. I would greatly appreciate it. And to each and every one of you that are already subscribed, thank you so much for your interest in this channel. Thank you for the support. Thank you for your love. And thank you for the connection. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, how is everyone feeling? How are the energies serving you? Because energies can either serve you if you look at them like that, or they can disserve you if you look at them like that. So, how are they serving you? Are they serving you well? Are they waking your game up? Are they giving you the confidence and the courage that you so need to push forward, move upward and onward in life? I would like you to look at your life in a way that it will serve you for your highest and greatest good and put you on your highest and greatest timeline. Because at this time, the energies are, they have shaken things up so much in each of our worlds, right? To where now we can finally make some solid decisions on who we want to entertain and who we don't want to entertain anymore. What energies we would like to move forward with, and what energies we would like to leave behind. We basically have all the knowledge that we need right now in this present moment to make a better decision, a more informed decision, and just do it. Do it anyway. Because you now have the courage to make these choices and changes, right? So that brings me into today's topic. And today's topic is when you are faced with major choices in life, what happens to your energetic field? When you are faced with major choices, right? What do you go through? Are you a person who gets anxious? Are you a person who worries about making these choices, right? What does it do to you, since we are all different? Even though we are all one, we each act in our own embodiments, right? So this is why it's so great that we are this way, because we can each one teach one, because we all regulate our emotions so differently, and each of us can share that so that we can navigate more smoothly through choices that we have to make in our lives, right? So I wrote a few things down, so I'm going to be looking at my notebook here. And I wanted to state this. Consider what you might need to regulate your body, your mind, your emotions, or any conflicting states of being. So when you have to make major choices in your world, do you slow down enough to pay attention to your mind, your body, and how it's reacting to these choices? Like I said, are you a person who generally gets anxious, or do you get like butterflies in your stomach? What happens to you when you have to make major choices that will change the course of your life and whoever else is attached to you and who's in it, right? Are you making sure that when you're making these choices that you're regulating your emotions and any conflicting emotions that start coming up, that start arising when these choices have to be made, when we have to start doing our adulting, right? What energies are coming up? Are you paying attention to that? Are you writing them down so that you can understand them better? And either change the way you are reacting to major choices in your world, or add to them. So you can either change the way you react, or you may like the way you react to things, to major choices and changes in your world. And you might just want to add to it. Like, okay, when big things come up, I usually take my time. I pray to Source and my higher self. And then I wait for the feedback from my team. And then we go from there. How do you regulate your emotions? How do you regulate conflicting emotions? Maybe you have one side on your shoulder saying, go for it. You got everything you need to go for it, right? You have all the tools, you have mastered this, you have studied, and then you have another voice on your other shoulder saying, you aren't good enough, you're dumb, you didn't pass this, you're this age, you look like that. How do you regulate those conflicting emotions that can start arising when major choices come up in your world, right? Are you remembering to stay grounded? And what forms of grounding do you use? Have you found methods and solutions and, grounding energy that serves you best, not something that may help another, but what serves you best in grounding? What tools do you use to ground yourself when you are faced with major choices? These are all really good questions to ask yourself so that if you are an anxious person, this will help you stop being anxious, because being anxious, the anxiety effect, right, can really stem from fear. And I really feel like fear, going to how I look at it and how I navigate my emotions, is really just you not knowing how to regulate, you not knowing how to temper your own self when major choices or situations come up in your journey. You haven't mastered how to regulate that. And that's why I feel like we get anxious, or we get fearful, or we get overwhelmed, right? It's really not something that I feel like was meant to be a part of us, because I really do feel like us as humans are very courageous. We are very optimistic. I feel like it gets jolted or almost forgotten, right? That you have these strengths, because you forget to regulate. You forget to slow down and temper your emotions and move at a perfect pace. So I think that's where it gets kind of muddy. And the waters can be clearer when you are paying attention more. It goes back to having more intention on how you live your life, right? Your day to day. Okay, so with all that beautifulness being said, I would like to ask each and every one of you to grab your handy dandy notebook. You have kids, Blues Clues, honey. Anyway, get your notebooks so that you can write down some of these beautiful wisdoms of nuggets of wisdom. Use them as your cheat sheet so you can reference back to when you are dealing with these energies. That's the way I like to do it. You don't have to take my words verbatim. You can keep some, add some, or write your own creation altogether. Whatever you like. And if you like it, I like it for you. Okay? So number 1, give yourself permission to zone in on your own needs. When you're making major choices, and that's the topic, but you can use this for anything, really. This is what I mean about regulating your emotions and your energy. So you got to zone in to your own needs. This isn't being selfish. If you know you're not a selfish person, please do not allow any other energies to convince you that you're selfish just because you want to regulate your emotions and you want to take some time to be quiet with yourself and so you can make better informed decisions. That does not make you selfish. And if anyone, let me take a sip really quick. If anyone happens to make you feel that way, you do understand that the only way they can make you feel that way is if you let them, right? They can have their own opinions about you, and that's fine. It's a free choice world, right? But you don't have to take it on. You don't have to believe that. It's only when you believe that it becomes an issue for you, okay? I really, really admire people who take the time to zone into their own selves and their own emotions and regulate, because once they reemerge, they're going to be solid in their choices, their decisions, their path, and their plan, because they took the time to listen to their intuition and they cared enough about themselves. When someone cares about themselves, you best believe that is a good energy, to have around you, because there's so many people who do not care about themselves. They will literally let people walk all over them. And that is a scary energy to be around, when you let someone disrespect you, walk all over you. And disrespect goes a long way, okay? Everybody has their own level of disrespect. So whatever your level is, and you know that in your heart, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I really want you to feel this. If you know in your heart, like, that is making me feel disrespected, and you allow people to continue to do that, then you yourself are struggling with zoning in to your needs. You're struggling with that. Okay, so just be mindful and pay attention. All right, let's go on to number 2. Fill your own cup so that when you reemerge, you can pour into others' cups. Just like what I was saying. I totally forgot I wrote that down. So yeah, so it's like you take your Calgon bath. I don't even know why they call it Calgon. Whatever. You take your pony bath. You take your whatever you like to do to pour into your own cup, so that when you come out shining like the sun, you can, hey, would you like some lemonade? Would you want some tea? I don't drink liquor, but you guys want a nice beer with some hops in it? I used to drink beer. That was my thing, but I don't drink anymore. But whatever your preference is, you can pour into someone else's cup. You can give them all that beautifulness because you put your mask on first, okay? Remember this, please. I would love, for me too, y'all, me too. I would love to be around energies who love themselves enough to pour into their own cups, okay? I really would. Just like somebody else would love to be around it as well. We all want that. Number 3, results can be achieved if only you put in the work. You will get the results you want. When faced with major choices, you will get the results you want when you put in the work. I fell off from working out because I had a lot going on last few months. And this is a goal of mine my personal goal. It's not for vanity. It's for me to be more stronger and just have a more resilient approach to my body, muscles, my mass, everything, right? I don't need to go deep into it, but this is something I really desire. I really want to get fit, not to be looking hot. Yes, I'm cool with looking hot too, but that's not the major reason, okay? And I fell off. I didn't put in the work, so I'm not seeing the cuts in the areas I would like to see in my body, or, I'm just not seeing the results because I'm not putting in the work. I'm back on it, but I fell off. And so the results I was seeing, they went away. They went away because I fell off. So let's not fall off. Let's be consistent. Let's be consistent, calmer waters. And let's just ride this beautiful wave to get the results we would like. Number 4, make better choices. Ones that are expansive, balanced, and rooted both spiritually and physically. Why did I write that down? There was a time in my life where the choices I was making were more physical, right? And the spiritual part was damn near null and void. It wasn't there. And when I didn't balance that out, I saw the results that were only physical. I didn't get that inner healing aspect, or the parts were to heal my chakras, or to, when you don't want to do the spiritual part, you start forming dis-ease within your body, right? And you're only working out of your ego with the physical part. You're not going within and accepting God and source. You're doing the ego thing. You're edging God out. You're not allowing both of them to integrate together. So remember to do that. I'm not telling each and every one of you to get on here and be a tarot reader, to be a astrologer, to do Reiki, eat green leaves all day and green juice and organic food and whatever. I'm not here for that. That's not what I mean about spirituality. I mean being connected to source, your higher self. When you have major questions and choices, do you even ask God? Do you wait to hear the results of what God would like you to do? That's what I mean about integrating spiritual and physical. So you can make the connection, okay? Remember that for yourself. And if you have to tell people, like I always say this, I'll get back to you on that decision. I need to go speak with God. You don't have to tell people that. I have no problem with it. I want you to know where I'm seeking information and feedback from. You don't have to tell anyone that. It's entirely up to you. It is just a suggestion to integrate both. Okay? Number 5, be more clear and direct in your communications. Stay miscommunication free. Why did I write this down? Over the years, for me, I can see where individuals might have been confused on what I was communicating because my miscommunication was off. I was leaving the piece to the puzzle that was needed for that individual to get an informed communicating, to get informed about what I'm communicating to them, to be entirely informed, not just pieces to things, right? And when you miscommunicate and you're not clear and direct with energy, other energies, it's like a text message. Oh, best way I can put it. You send a text message and they're like, well, F you too. And you're like, or she didn't have to be so rude. You're like, I wasn't being rude. That was not my intention. Oh my God, did my text message not inform you that I wasn't being rude? And you're like, wow, it's the same thing. The communication you're giving isn't clear. It's not direct. You're missing all these little pieces and stuff. And then you're wondering why the energy is clashing. And I bet you when you tell that personnel something, like it could be a week later, a month later, 3 years later, they would have been like, well, had you would have added that little piece to the puzzle would have been complete. You're like, drop the ball on that one, honey. Guess I should have left that out. Right? So be clear, be direct in your communications, and stay free of miscommunication. Just stay free of it. Even if you don't know if it's going to hurt someone and you truly don't want to, and that's your intention, but you still need to get it out, you could say things like this. My intention when I convey this to you is not to hurt you, but it is for me to be clear to you so you truly understand where I'm coming from. Okay? And I'm telling you, either way, at least you came and you stuck to your end and you communicated clearly. I hope all this has helped each and every one of you like it has helped me. I am sending you all self-love, self-trust, looking at life with a silver lining, understanding that we are in a split world. Dolores Cannon conveyed it well. If you want to go look her up. We are in a split world. One half is here and one half is here. Energetic wise. Choose the path that's going to serve you the best. And don't get so caught up on doing it right. I'd much rather you get more caught up on being authentic to your true soul mission, and what lights your fire, what gives you joy, love, happiness, innovative creative energy, I'd much rather you do that. And that, my friend, will serve you well. And until next time, take care.